21 years later, and we now service 3,800 kids annually, and we are in 8 different counties.
Hi Nash, this is Mihm, a junior writer for The Uproar. Today I have the great honor to be interviewing former Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch. Hi Mr. Batch, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, better now that I'm talking with you. Although you've had a glorious football career, I'm actually not here to talk about that. Instead, I'd like to discuss your nonprofit organization. So let's just start with the basics. What's your foundation called and what is its purpose?
So the foundation we have is called Best of the Batch Foundation, and we are an educational foundation which focuses on reading, computer literacy, along with our STEAM programs. So this gives us an opportunity to allow kids whatever platform that they're looking to do and whatever career paths that they're looking to accomplish. It helps us create a guide for them to help them steer them in the right direction.
Okay, very cool. So can I ask, what prompted you to start this organization?
Well, for me, it started back in 1996. I lost my sister to senseless gang violence. And literally, she was only 17, and she didn't have an opportunity to live life. And I said, if I was ever in position to give back, I would, and try to do, first and foremost, graduate from college, because I was at Eastern Michigan University at the time. And then hopefully steering and catching the attention of maybe one of those 32 teams that I could potentially be drafted, and was able to get drafted in 1998 to the Detroit Lions in the second round. And then immediately after that season, January of 1999, we started the Best of the Batch Foundation. And at that point, we did some one-off programs up in Detroit. And then when I signed here with the Steelers in 2002, I thought that would be my only year here with the team. And then from there, we redirected all of our foundation goals here, and we immediately started programming in the Pittsburgh area. And from there, we continued to evolve, and here we are all of these years, 21 years later, and we now service 3,800 kids annually, and we are in 8 different counties.
Wow, that's awesome. Can I just ask, did you celebrate the 20-year anniversary?
Yes and no. We celebrated internally. The only problem was we were in the pandemic, so it wasn't like we could actually, do a lot of different things around that. So as we get ready to launch into the next 20 years, as we like to call it, here as we get out of the pandemic, yes, we would definitely celebrate for sure.
Awesome. Okay, within your Best of the Batch Foundation, what are some of your proudest accomplishments so far?
Well, for me, it's watching the young kids fulfill their dreams. And I think a lot of that is whether that's going to college, for them being maybe first generation college students, or you have people who quite frankly are, looking to gain that experience. And when they do out of college, they go into the job, like their dream job, which is pretty cool and exciting for them to go into. And it's, we just always remind them of all the hard work and sacrifice and dedication that they put into it. So as we're celebrating them, we want to make sure that we, continue to create the right resources for these students to continue on with whatever they're doing. So it's always a fun time when we get those graduation cards inviting us to college graduation.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. So I recently learned from your website that you're building a new clubhouse. Besides that, or maybe including that, how do you see it evolving in the future? I know you mentioned that you're looking towards the next 20 years, but what does that really look like?
Yeah, I think for us, well, it was physical location. That's first and foremost, right? So we've been in our building now for, 15 years now? So we were literally busting out of the seams, and we're trying to figure out, okay, as we continue to expand programming, we run 13 different programs throughout our building, but a lot of times, we're transforming the building depending on the time of year, and we just don't have the actual space inside of it. So what we thought about was maybe expanding one parcel over and just figuring out connecting buildings and expanding that way. And then ultimately we were able to acquire 4 parcels. And then the vision became bigger than we ever imagined when we started this conversation. So now to add 27,000 square feet to our existing building, it literally is like transformational. So in whole, we'll have 33,000 square feet for home offices at the Best of the Batch Foundation. So we're super excited about that. We're going to expand our STEAM programs. We're going to have coding, music creation, digital photography, all of those type of things that we are looking to get. And then in addition to that, we're adding a gymnasium. So we will have that. So It's just super, super exciting for everything that we know that's going to be in this building. And we actually are on pace for a May 2021 completion date. So we are under that
Wow.
5 month mark to get ready to celebrate. So hopefully we get out of this pandemic and we can open it up and get everybody to be able to see what our vision has really come to fruition. So it's been pretty cool and exciting to follow.
That's major. So are you just kind of doing the final touches right now? Is like the building mostly finished?
Yeah, so we actually have, the majority of it is pretty much finished. So they are in anticipation of the walls being put up for the gymnasium. So they actually come pre-configured already. So it's not like they have to
Oh,
build from the ground up. So the walls will be installed pretty fast. And then once the walls are there, then we actually can add the roof and we'll connect everything at that time. And then from there, they'll be working inside out to be able to expedite and get everything up and running to the manner that we want it to run. So it's going to move pretty fast here over the next 2 weeks.
okay. Wow, that's exciting. And then finally, my last question is, what can students at North Allegheny do to support the work that you and your organization are doing?
Yes, we actually have a lot of students from North Allegheny that actually come over and help volunteer. It's just now continue to get the word out to make people aware of what we're doing. And people are quite surprised when they take that 25-minute ride just from North Allegheny High School down to our offices. It's like night and day, based off what those kids see out of their doors when they wake up in the morning versus what we see up here in the North Allegheny School District. It's night and day. So we always encourage students that way. And that doesn't matter if students in the school need volunteer hours. They can come down and get those in. If they want to be part of different programs that spark interest more than others, we have no problem with working with you all to do that. And we actually help transport students down to our foundation offices. So we have a really good relationship with the high school, and we look forward to doing that many, many more years to come. So anybody who wants to follow what we do and they become interested, they actually can go to batchfoundation.org, and that'll give you an idea of the program that you want to run. And if you're interested, please reach out. Those emails come directly to me, and we can make sure that we put a plan in place.
Is this still going on during COVID as well?
Yes, it is. We've
Oh,
never
okay.
been closed because we're actually deemed essential. So in March, we actually had to pivot because we now created comfort baskets for some of these families that they couldn't afford, and then some of those small necessity items that they may overlook because of the situation that we were in. So we actually put food baskets together, toiletry items, delivering them to the homes and we were able to provide over 300 families that way with comfort baskets. So nobody anticipated being in it this long, right? So we had to now make sure, because we miss our kids, quite frankly, because they can't come over all the time, even though now they're so, we have to social distance and whatnot, but you just miss just that general, just giving somebody a hug and saying we miss you, and you just appreciate all of that. So we want to remind the kids that we're still there for them, and they know that they can come up at any given time because we actually work with these families, because a lot of them don't have internet in the homes, nor do they have laptops or iPads in the home. So they can't do their homework. So we're in these trying times and they're sitting at home and they're falling behind. So we want to make sure that they have a place that they know they can come to. They can get on the physical equipment, computers, and do those type of things, but also have the internet service that they can do their homework to be able to catch up and stay competitive in their classes.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to come visit one time. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on here and agreeing to talk with me today. I hope that everything goes well with the organization in the future, and I wish you all the best of luck. Bye.
I appreciate it. Thank you.